pleasant surprise he's turned out to be this season.
Yes, the first couple of laps he got caught on the outside. He learned his lesson. He's right down on the bottom in the 3-car there, coming off turn 4. Very, very smooth.
Following Green, considerably more experienced driver, but Earnhardt has had 2 second-place finishes already in this young season. Steve Park drove that car here last year, was leading this race in that car, and a lapped car changed lanes in the middle of the quad oval and sent Park to the wall. Steve currently recovering from hip injuries.
Your problem with this 37, he just back off to let Dale Jr. go.
I think right now he's looking in the mirror, Dad. Every time he'd come up out of the corner, the 3-car of Dale Earnhardt Jr. would close up 3-4 car lengths on him. So he said, this early in the race, I'm in his way. I'm going to get out of the way.
Yeah, that was Mark Green in the 37, wisely backing off.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., Mark Krogh, this is for 10th. Make that 9th place. Earnhardt picking up 9th place. Now drawing in on Barrett. 8th and 9th positions here, Ford versus Chevrolet.
Look at the run that Earnhardt Jr. gets out of that corner there. That race car is really hooked up.
How much of that is engine? How much of that is handling?
Well, a lot of handling, because you can't get back in the throttle if the car is turning sideways. So the car is hooked up well, and they have a great crew chief on that race car that's worked with he and his father for many, many years. And Dale Earnhardt won a lot of races with Tony Eury, and now he's helping Dale Jr. really come along.
A lot of people at the start of this season, when Dale Earnhardt named his son to replace Steve Park, said the kid's not ready. All those people were wrong. I was one of them.
He appears to be ready. He's very aggressive, has proven to be a good race driver.
He's done a great job in that car this year. Since the restart, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has come from 12th to 5th. He's trying to be 4th.
I'm going to tell you that old saying, the apple does not fall far from the tree. He's proven it right here. It looks like his father driving that car as he makes another spot.
Boy, he just drove around. The fans love it. Drove right on in under Hermie Sadler and made the pass.
Let me add a little to what I said earlier. I did not mean to imply that Earnhardt Jr. didn't have the talent to be on this circuit. I mean, that was clear. I think many people felt a little more experience would do him good before coming to Busch Grand National, but you know, Dale Earnhardt's a great judge of talent. I think he saw in his son what he had seen in Steve Park, what he had seen in Ron Hornaday, and he says he has the talent. Let's give him the tools. Let's see what he can do, and he's done a great job.
He really has. And it doesn't matter what size racetrack he races on. He runs good everywhere. He ran good at Daytona, ran good at Bristol last week, finished 2nd, came close to winning. And 2nd to Jimmy Spencer at Las Vegas, mile-and-a-half track. Here he is running strong.
83 laps complete. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has climbed to 4th behind Joe Nemechek, Tony Stewart, and Elliott Sadler. 88 laps complete at Texas. There's about to be a new law west of Dallas. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has closed right up on the back of Tony Stewart. Joe Nemechek continues to lead. You're looking at Earnhardt. That's the view that Stewart has in his mirror at the number 3.
Well, that car is just seems to work perfect everywhere around the racetrack, Mike. He's able to get into the corners very good, out of the corners good, and that results in good straightaway speed.
His strong suit, though, is off the corners. You can see right there he closed up about a car length on Tony Stewart coming up out of the corner. He goes very well right in the center part of the corner, but watch him accelerate out of the corner.
And that's where you make your passes.
Hard to believe you're looking at a driver there in that number 3 car who is only making his 16th career start in this series today.
Mike, you could tell he was special last year. Just one of his first starts, he went to Michigan and finished 7th there in the Busch Grand National race. So he's been good from the onset.
They have dropped back a bit from Nemechek, about 7/10 of a second. 1st to 2nd in the Earnhardt pit is Dick Berggren.
And it's not just today that he's having a great day. He's had a great year so far with a pair of 2nd-place finishes and a pole as well. Tony Eury is his crew chief. Tony, what has this kid got?
Right now, he's got a pretty fast race car, it looks like. AC Delco Chevrolet's running real good. Goodyear tires are flawless today. So I think he's got some old man blood in him there. He looks like he's doing a pretty good job right now. We just got to keep his head calm and got a long way to go yet. hopefully we can win that first race today.
He drives a lot like the old man as well.
Here's Earnhardt Jr. really working on Tony Stewart there now.
Yeah, it's like Earnhardt Jr. run into a brick wall, though. He passed everybody else, but Tony Stewart, he races every lap like he's coming for the checkered flag. And right now, this is a great battle for second and third here.
Pit road was a busy place. Watch the 3 car, the blue car.
And watch this tire right here. He almost hit it, had to go out into the grass to keep from hitting it. Also, the car number 17 did the same thing, Matt Kenseth.
There's Richard Childress and Dale Earnhardt up on the hauler. Watching a 3rd generation NASCAR star at work.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. has just made an unscheduled pit stop. He apparently was involved in that accident that we all just saw. The left front fender was pushed in. They let him ride around here for a few laps to see if it wouldn't be a problem. And Larry McReynolds came over the radio and said, guys, we're going to be better off to fix it now than if we just let it go. They thought about it. They agreed that was a wise strategy. He came in. It was a wise strategy. That left front tire would have gone down. But right now, Earnhardt's in the back.
They'll stretch it as far as they can. Now, remember, Earnhardt was in the pits at lap 109. So he can go almost race distance.
Yeah, he might be able to go all the way. That would be stretching it, but
well, Ned, we don't know that we've had a caution since Earnhardt made that stop. We have not. So it will be a long run, but he takes over the lead with Phil Parsons second, Glenn Allen. And how about the man who started last today, Randy LaJoie, with all these pit stops? He's now the 4th place car. There's Dale Sr. with his Winston Cup car owner Richard Childress. Trouble.
Spencer's in the wall.
Yeah, maybe all that stuff he got on his tires down in turn 1 and 2.
Might have cut one.
Perhaps.
See, no caution.
You see Spencer scrubbing against the wall and stopping,
Yeah,
so that will bring the caution out.
10 drivers will benefit. There are 10 on the lead lap as Jimmy Spencer's crew, with victory perhaps in sight, will have to pack it up and go home. And Earnhardt Jr. will pit. With only 8 or 9 cars on the lead lap, this might be a high percentage move.
Well,
Jim Bergeron.
And the strategy is going to be different than anything you have seen so far. Earnhardt is going to pit. He is going to take 4 tires, and guess who called the strategy? Dad from on top of the hauler.
What do you think, Ned?
Well, he can afford to take tires now under a caution flag. The others were pitting under green, and this is a good move, in my opinion, to take on 4 tires once he is in the pits. And apparently they didn't feel they had enough gas to go the rest of the way, so why not get the tires while you're here to get the gas?
Also pitting Phil Parsons, Randy LaJoie, and Elliott Sadler.
I'm sure they'll take on tires. Earnhardt has his now, and it's gone.
Now, if you're Glenn Allen, Kyle Petty, and Joe Nemechek, do you come in on this second lap of caution and take on 4 yourself so you're the equal of Earnhardt, or do you play track position?
That's a good point. I don't know.
That's why they pay those guys down there the big money.
I'm glad we don't have to decide.
I'm with Tony Uri. Tony, how big a gamble is that? 15 laps, 14 laps now with a lot of cars to pass.
Well, there's only 8 cars, I think, on the lead lap. We didn't know whether we could make it on fuel or not. Looked like we was going to be like 2 laps short or so. I figured the rest of them was going to try to make it. We might as well have 4 brand new Goodyears on there to beat them with.
How hard's he going to run these last few laps?
You ain't seen hard yet.
Tony Uri.
Dale Earnhardt Sr. won his first Busch race, first Cup race in his 16th start. Here's his son trying to win his. 6 laps of racing to go. Will front row Joe Nemechek pick up another victory, or will Dale Earnhardt Jr. pick up his first? We're back under green.
And single file racing, last 10 laps, only the lead lap cars are up front in single file.
Jeff Burton went to the grass there in the quad oval. Straightens it out. That yellow car, center of your screen. Nemechek has clear track behind him.
10 car lengths. He got a jump when they dropped the green flag. Nemechek got a huge lead. Look, about 10 car lengths as they go down in turn 3.
Earnhardt in second. Phil Parsons. The black car is Sadler. Elliott Sadler. Kyle Petty.
5 laps to go.
Earnhardt is closing. Half a second at the start-finish line. And behind him is closing up 2. Parsons and Sadler, 3rd and 4th. Like a big rubber band stretched out, and now it's all pulling back together. It's all pulling down on Joe Nemechek.
Nothing left on the table. Earnhardt is closing in. He's about down to 5 car lengths now as they head down the front straightaway and into turn 1.
Phil Parsons has had sort of a tough year. So it's good to see him up there running for the win, but he's about to get past Elliott Sadler, making a move on the inside.
Car in the wall, turn 2. One car spinning, sliding. Stanton Barrett is in the fence. This might be the run to the flag. 4 laps to go, 3 when they come by. Barrett's car gets going. No caution. We stay green. And Earnhardt closes up to 0.3 of a second behind the leader.
That's more like 3 car lengths as they go down into turn 1. Now they work their way towards the back straightaway. It looks like Earnhardt definitely has the faster of the 2 cars.
He's gaining about 1/10 of a second a lap.
And just behind this group, you can see Elliott Sadler coming like a whirlwind in the 66 car in 3rd place.
Sadler, the pole sitter. 2 laps to go. And Earnhardt is within striking distance. Sadler close enough to challenge the pole sitter and last week's winner.
Here comes Earnhardt. He brought it down to less than a car length down the back straightaway.
Boy, does he get off the corner.
He does. That car has been hooked up all day. We've talked about it several times, and right now is when it really counts. We'll get the white flag this time.
And he's got to run.
Oh, he's got him loose coming down. He makes the move on the inside, Mike.
3 wide in the start-finish line past Glenn Allen. Dale Earnhardt Jr. into turn 1 with the lead. Does Nemechek have anything to battle back?
What a great drive by Earnhardt to get by Nemechek. Got him loose coming out of the corner, and here comes Elliott Sadler.
This isn't over. Sadler underneath Nemechek takes over 2nd spot. The fastest car in qualifying draws a bead on the new leader.
He's gaining, but he doesn't have time, Mike.
What a day in history. Dale Earnhardt Jr.
will win the Coca-Cola 300. 16th Busch Series start.
And here's trouble as we come across the start-finish line. Jeff Green is hitting the wall.
And everybody will miss him. Tony, Yuri, and crew will have a lot to be proud of.
And they said you hadn't seen hard yet. Well, we know what they meant.
Off to victory lane.
He doesn't have time for autographs right now.
Off to victory lane goes Dale Earnhardt to see his son. Ned, you're a fellow who knows what that feels like. Tell us about
I'll tell you, there's no feeling like it in the world, Mike. It's just the greatest. And I know that he's very, very proud of his son. He doesn't want to sign autographs right now, and he shouldn't even be asked at this point because
Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the 2-way radio as he came across the line. He yelled, "Daddy, I love you to death" for
First
this.
win and points leader right now.
How about that? There's the proudest father in Texas. And there goes his son, taking that famous number 3 to victory lane. Burton Smith's beautiful Texas Motor Speedway gets to christen its 2nd first-time winner. Jeff Burton last year in the Cup race. Number 3, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Boy, did he loosen up Joe Nemechek.
Great move. He watched Matt Kenseth in Rockingham. Same type of move. Moved Nemechek up, broke his momentum, and passed him on the inside.
Only his 16th Busch Series start. Dale Earnhardt Jr. goes to victory lane. There's Elliott Sadler going past Nemechek. That loss of momentum cost him not only the win, but 2nd place as well. Phil Parsons finishes 4th. Jeff Krogh, career high 5th place finish. The man who started last, Randy LaJoie, finishes 6th. Arm out the window, waving toward his dad in the crowd. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is our winner. Ken Squire is with him.
There's a new champion in victory lane for NASCAR. Dale, congratulations. What a show.
Yeah, it's a good race. You know, I want to, first off, before we get into anything else, I want to wish the Tim Fox family our wishes. You know, we really hate the deal that happened. But it was a good race. And I want to say hey to my mom and all my family back home in Mooresville, my boys in Mooresville, Josh Snyder. And it's a good race. I want to thank AC Delco and Chevrolet and Coca-Cola and Food City, of course, all them people. How about that pit crew? We finally got it right in the pits.
How about that coach you had there for that last 50 miles?
Man, I tell you what, I wouldn't rather have anybody else on the radio than Dale Earnhardt, but he makes me nervous, I'll tell you what.
How nervous did he make you?
Well, we had to calm him down a little bit. We was all getting riled up. It's just a good old time, I'm telling you. I'm real happy for this Chevrolet here at Stacey Gilchrist Chevrolet.
I never thought I'd see Earnhardt Sr. cry. I saw him cry in Victory Lane at Daytona, and I saw him do it again here today. He is proud of you.
Well, he didn't do it in front of me as usual, but that's the way it goes. You know, I got to thank the crew again. Tony Sr., Tony Jr., they all made the right calls. We didn't touch the car all day. It was just flawless.
What about the move on the last lap when you're up on Nemechek?
Well, I had a run on him off that corner, and I seen the lap car, and I was just praying that lap car stayed up, and that's what they told him to do in the driver's meeting. And these guys are, all these guys we race against race with respect, and he gained a little more today. I hate he got in front of Joe like that, but I got to run on him, would have got underneath him regardless whether the lap car was there or not.
Dale, beautifully executed. Congratulations.
Yeah, we're going to get some more. Don't worry about that.
All right, here's Mike Joy.
Boy, bad news for the rest of the field. There's a new sheriff in town, and it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. The kid straps on his dad's gun, guns him down here in Texas.
Oh, you talk about, they said shut up and drive. Dale Earnhardt Jr. did just that. What a great drive. How can he have that much talent without, he really hadn't had a full season in Busch Grand National. Here he is in Winter Circle already.
Evidently a natural-born talent that's taking and making the best of it. He did a great race all day long. Good pit strategy there at the end, put on those 4 tires, gave him good traction, and right back to the front he went.
Buddy, what'd your dad say when you won your first race?
Well, we hugged, and I tell you what, I know how Dale Earnhardt Jr. feels. I don't know how Dale himself feels, but I guarantee you he couldn't be prouder if he had won.
Ned does, as his son has won many, many times here.